Hello, this is the TradeSite US Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Tuesday, the 2nd of July, 2019, and frankly, for the rest of the week. Wednesday's a half day. Thursday, the markets are closed for 4th of July. Friday's a full day, but nobody's going to be around, so it is what it is. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market in futures form. Gapped up, came back down, closed positive, but it wasn't as much as we had gapped up. And again, it's a weird start to the quarter. Instead of getting a clean move, we got a gap move. Let's go through the major daily charts, then we'll look at the intraday action. We'll talk about what's left for the week because this will be the last market preview. As I said, here's crude oil down 12 cents to 58.97. Gold up 4.8 to 13.94.10. S&P cash is up 22.57. Nasdaq 100 up 97.07. SOX up 38.59. Biotech's up 19.87. The Russell 2000 up 3. Just kind of boring, obviously. Not much there. The VIX down 1.02 to 1406. The trend closes at 0.89. That's a low reading. That puts the 10-day moving average at 0.96. But I don't see any big numbers that are about to drop off that would lead to that moving average going to 0.85, which is what would be the sell signal on the broad market, just like last December. NASDAQ volume was 2.2 billion shares. Better than we've usually been seeing, not including Friday's big end of 6-month rebalancing volume at the end of the day. But honestly, it was tracking for way better than this early in the day and came back down. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ plus 611. So more stocks were up and down on the New York plus 509. Google gains $17.20. Apple up $3.63. Netflix up 7.28. Puts it right in the middle of that range we've been in for months now. Boring on Netflix. Amazon up 28.56, which amazingly looks like a blip. Tesla up 3.71. Facebook dead flat at 193 exactly, near the highs. Goldman Sachs gains 2.26. We made some money on the short side of that. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, down 31 cents. The Dow was up 117, and that is that. If we look at the 5-minute chart, you can see the big gap up. We came back. And by the way, this is including, so this is just using stock market hours. If I change this so that you can see all of the action from Friday late in the last 15 minutes after the close. So here's what that looks like. See the extra 3 candles on Friday adds a big up move. So that gap almost filled, came within literally 2 ticks of the high of the day from Friday. If you count that extra time, the NASDAQ side did not fill the gap either, but did come down close again like the other one did. So it is what it is. Neither one of these filled the gap, but it was basically a downside day after a gap up. And that's that. In terms of economic data, let's talk about the rest of the week. Tuesday, really nothing. There's a Fed member speaking. We've got a total vehicle sales number. Wednesday, Challenger job cuts at 7:30. ADP non-farm employment change at 8:15. Trade balance and the unemployment claims. That's the weekly, initial, and continuing jobless numbers. At 8:30, trade balance is a big one. But remember, final services PMI at 9:45. ISM non-manufacturing PMI and factory orders at 10. Crude oil inventories at 10:30 and natty gas at 12. All that being said, keep in mind that the stock market closes early for a half day at 1 o'clock on Wednesday. People are going to be gone off getting ready for the 4th of July and the fireworks. Thursday, we're closed. And then Friday's a full day. Nobody's going to be here, and we're wedging the unemployment rate in the middle of all that. Look for that if that's a doozy on the downside. Nobody's going to be here. Interesting. Our next market preview will be for the weekend on Friday going into the weekend, and no more stock picks before, or we'll have picks for Tuesday, but nothing after that for the rest of the week. We will call it probably Wednesday morning from the lab and maybe show up Friday morning, but we're not going to have picks in the report. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great 4th of July holiday and a great weekend.